All right, boys and girls, let's take a look at this question. It says that if all the liquid from the beakers is combined and redistributed into two beakers, how much liquid would be in each beaker? We've got this line plot here. And let's see here. I want to understand what I'm looking at. The amount of liquid in the liters. So this is the amount in each beaker, 1/8, 1/4, and 1/2. And then the number of beakers. So it looks like there's two that have 1/8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that have 1/4, and 1, 2, 3 that have 1/2. So the question up here wants to know if we combine all of the liquid from all of the beakers and then redistributed them into just two beakers, how much would each of the beakers have? So what I need to do is first I need to find out how much, find all of the liquid. I need to find out how much liquid there is in all, okay? So I'm gonna go down here and I've got to add up all of the amounts of liquid. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start right here. And I'm going to say, well, there's 1/8 and there's two of them. So I'm going to do 2 over 1 because we know that when we're multiplying fractions, we can't use a whole number. So I put my 2 over 1. So that's give me 2/8. And I'm not going to simplify right now. I'm just going to leave it as is. Okay. So I've got 2/8 right there. And I'm going to just kind of erase this so I know what I'm doing. And then let's find out 1/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1/4 times 7 over 1 is going to tell me how much liquid is in all of those 7. So 1 times 7 is 7. 4 times 1 is 4. And again, that's not a proper fraction. That's improper, but I'm going to leave it be for right now. And then I'm going to go ahead and look at the 1/2 right here and see, well, how much liquid is in all 1, 2, 3 of those times 3. So that gives me 3 over 2. Okay. Now that I know the amount in each part, I'm going to next add my three fractions together. I know how much is in the 2 that have 1/8, the 7 that have 1/4, and the 3 that have 1/2. Now I'm going to add them together. And we have to keep in mind what we know about, well, in this part, multiplying fractions. In the next part, what we remember about adding fractions, plus 7/4 plus 3 over 2. Okay. I know that when I add fractions together, I have to have the same denominator. So I have to find the least common denominator, the LCD. And in order to find the least common denominator, I could list out the denominators, 8, 4, 2, and then find their facts. And actually, I already know that 8 is going to be the least common denominator because if I list the facts of 4, 4, 8, 12, 16, and so on, and the facts of 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, do you guys see? With the facts of 8 right here, 8, 8, and 8. So I'm going to make all three of my fractions equivalent to a fraction that would have a denominator. So 2/8 is going to stay 2/8. And 4/7, and I'm just going to take away that just because it helps me. When I want to make that into a denominator of 8, I'm going to multiply 4 times 2. And whatever I do on the bottom, I have to do on the top. So that gives me 14. Okay, so plus 14 over 8. And then my final one to get from 2 to 8 as a denominator, I'm going to multiply 2 times 4 And whatever I do on the bottom, I have to do on the top. So 3 times 4 is 12. Okay, so this is 12 over 8. Okay, so now I've worked so hard to get 8 as my common denominator. I'm going to keep it. And then I'm going to add 2, 14, and 12. And if you can't do it in your head, write it out. 12, 2, okay, so 4, 8, 28. So I've got now 28 over 8. I'm not done yet. Um, I could turn this improper fraction into a mixed number, but I'm not going to because I'm not. This is how much liquid we have in all in a fraction form, 28 over 8 liters. But up here in my question, there's a second part. It says redistribute into 2 beakers. So I want to take my 28 over 8. Sorry, guys. Hold on a second. Let me pause. All right. Sorry about that. I had to pause for a second. So now I'm going to take my 28 over 8, and I want to divide that by 2. I can't divide it by a whole number. I need to turn my 2 into a fraction part. So we know we're going to do 2 over 1. All right. Now we have to follow what we know about dividing with fractions. Do you guys remember this? K, F, C. I'm going to keep my first fraction, 28 over 8. I'm going to flip my second fraction, 1 over 2. And I'm going to change my division to multiplication. So now I'm going to have 28 times 1 is 28. 8 times 2 is 16. All right, 28 over 16 is the amount that's going to be in each beaker. So I need to simplify that. That's an improper fraction. So let's see here. 16 can go into one whole time, and then I'm going to take 16 away from 28. And if you can't do it in your head, it's okay to come over here and do the subtraction just to make sure you're right. 8 minus 2, or sorry, 8 minus 6 is 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. So then I get 12 over 16. I'm still not done. I'm noticing that 12 and 16 can be simplified. I can put 4 into 12 and 4 into 16. So now 12 divided by 4 is 3. 16 divided by 4 is 4. So each beaker is going to get 1 3/4. Oh, I should put a liter. I believe it was a liter. 1 3/4 liters in each beaker. Okay, check your work, make any changes you need to make.